Okay, so, yay, hi. All right, so today we're working on balance with a lot of strength. And we're gonna incorporate the hip openers a little bit too. So for today, I wanted to start on our backs, and let's go right into a figure four, which is pigeon on our backs basically. So crossing one ankle over the opposite thigh, flexing both feet, and then thread your hands behind your thigh and pull both legs toward your chest. Breathe into the stretch, into the tightness that you feel. And with your elbow, the one elbow that's touching your inner thigh, you can actually press the thigh open a little bit more so you feel some connection there. Again, keep flexing the feet. Lengthen the tailbone, ground the shoulders. Take 3 more deep breaths here. The eyes can be closed. All right, and then from here we're going to release that. Extend both legs up into the air and then flex and point. Any kind of movement that's comfortable here. And then move on to the next side. Cross one ankle over the opposite thigh. Flex both feet. Same thing here. The hands interlace behind the thigh. The elbow presses gently into the thigh or the inner part of your thigh. Close the eyes and just notice your shoulders grounding. Notice your neck, the back of your neck lengthening. And your tailbone also pressing down toward the earth. Deep breaths. And as you close the eyes, just focus here on your breathing. Making this an active pose. So we want to feel active all through the whole legs, both legs and your toes. Toes are flexing back. 2 more breaths. Good. As we release that, we bring both feet to the mat. And just let the knees windshield wiper from side to side. Letting both knees fall out to the left side. So just let them drop out to the side. Take your top leg. Maybe bring it a little higher if you want to get that deeper twist. Extend the arms and or keep the hand on the knee for support. Slowly bring it back to center. Do a little windshield wiper side to side. That kind of massages our lower back too. And then when you're ready, let both knees fall out to the right side. Taking that top knee and bring it a little higher. Hand pressing the knee gently down to the floor. Both shoulders grounding into the earth. Let your breath make the most out of this pose. It's more about the feeling and less about the pose. So if it feels right, you're doing it right. 2 more deep breaths. And then slowly bring it back to center. Both feet on the mat. We're going to press up to bridge a few times. So separate the feet and maybe walk the heels a little further back. So perhaps the tips of your fingers can graze the heels just gently. And then press the palms down. Lift the hips up. Once you start doing this, keep your eyes upward toward the ceiling and then follow your breath as you lift the hips up. Inhale. As you lower the hips to a hover, exhale. And then follow that rhythm. Just flowing a few more times. 2 more times. All right, and then bring it all the way down. From here, come to one side. So roll onto your rib cage. So you're kind of in this position. And I forgot to say it again in the beginning of class, but if you happen to have any kind of strap, towel, blanket in your house around, you might need it if your hips are tight. So we'll just leave that there for a second. And then the bottom leg is bent, the top leg we're gonna extend up, okay? And just move that up and down a couple times. You can flex and point just to kind of awaken the leg and the calf muscles. And then at some point we want to make a connection with that leg. So if you can bend the knee and just bring the knee in. See how that feels for a second or two. If your foot is accessible, start to grab a hold of the foot or the big toe, and this is where your strap comes handy. So if you do have a strap, just wrap it around your foot and then extend up. And then you can move in different directions until you feel like you found that nice deep hip opener. So without a strap, it might look a little more bent. It might be somewhere like 3/4 extended, and that's okay. Or it might be totally bent and you're just here. All right, so wherever you are is okay. Let's take 2 breaths there. Take 1 more breath. And now we want to make a connection behind us. So it's more of a bind. Let's bend the knee, bring the foot behind us. Hand is still grabbing a hold of the foot. And we're pressing the quad and the belly forward. Here you can flex the foot if you'd like, or grab a hold of the top of your foot. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Take that top foot, step it in front of you, extend the bottom leg. Okay, so this is preparation for side plank. We're gonna come off the rib cage, all right? Press the palm into the floor. So let's start right here and just take a moment here. Maybe this is a lot already. Full breath. Exhale. Now we're gonna have to put a little strength into this, into the blade edge of your straight leg, your bottom leg, and lift your body up, adjust the foot as needed, and you're already in side plank with support. So this front leg is supporting half of our weight because it's stepping right in the middle of the length of our body. Two more. On your next exhale, release and come back down. Okay, we're gonna flip our body to do all of that on the opposite side. Now you know what to expect. So we're gonna start with the bottom leg bent. Come all the way down in a more passive position here. And then bringing the knee in, maybe circling it a bit. Just getting right into that. Feeling. Okay, when you're ready, again, you can use props if you have them, or grab a hold of your foot. Extend as much as you can comfortably. Your bottom leg can be bent, or you can start to extend that too if it helps. Now this may look different for you than it does for me. You don't have to extend if you're not quite there yet. Maybe just work into the hip and into the hip flexor while keeping the foot flexed. So this is a modification to this pose. Otherwise, just experiment with taking it up, bringing it closer to you, back and down. One more full breath wherever you are. And exhale. Now we're going to bring the foot behind us, pressing the belly forward and stretching this whole front area of your quad. If you can, flex the foot, grab a hold of your ankle. If you can't reach the ankle, just grab the toes to the best that you can. That bottom leg, if you're kind of rolling back, just bend it, and that way it works as a kickstand. We're gonna take a couple more breaths here. So really flex that top leg, create an active tension. One more full breath, inhale. Exhale. We're gonna get a little more, challenging in this class today, but I'm starting off with just some simple hip openers and stretches. So we're gonna come into that side plank now. So we want some strength in that bottom leg. Your blade edge is gonna press into the floor. Lift your hips, readjust this top leg, take the arm up. So if you feel like your shoulder and wrist are not lined up, like mine were not, I just adjusted that. Two more, inhale. Exhale, one more breath. Work on that core strength, arm strength, and on your next exhale, bring it all the way down. Nice, and come into butterfly pose, another hip opener. Pulling the heels close to you as much as possible. Lift the chest, breathe. And with your exhale, start to fold, bringing the elbows to the inner thighs. Lengthen through the top of your head. With your inhale, come back up, and we'll do one more hip opener, and then we'll get moving to more strength and balance. So crossing one leg over, this is very much pigeon as well. So this is seated pigeon, and from this position, keep walking the chest toward the leg and the leg toward the chest. So this may look, again, different from person to person. Flex your top foot. So we want that crossed leg to be active and engaged. Breath, inhale. With your exhale, let that foot slide out to the side as we stack the knees one on top of the other. Gomukhasana. Take it up, breathe. If it feels comfortable, start to fold forward over both knees. Come back up. We're going to try our seated pigeon on the other side. So release the legs. Going back to where we were before. Ankle to thigh, open the knee, help it. Start walking the foot back and the chest forward to whatever capacity is comfortable for you. Just make sure this top foot is actively flexing. Notice where you feel that tightness and breathe into it. You want awareness into what you're doing, and therefore the breath will travel there. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. With your exhale, start to relax your pose, and then let that foot slide out to the side. Stacking the knees and kind of gently extending the ankles out to the side. So this also looks different from person to person. There's no perfect way to do it, but on an inhale, lift the chest, lengthen through the top of your head, and with your exhale, fold to whatever level is comfortable. last breath. Inhale. Exhale, become heavier. Inhale, rise up. And release the legs. Coming onto hands and knees. Spreading the fingers wide. You want to have a really good base here. And let's go right into downward dog. Curling the toes under. Lift the sit bones. Drop the head in between the space of your arms toward the floor. Bending both knees, bring the chest or the belly to the thighs, making a connection, and then we extend again. We're gonna keep doing that with the breath. So exhale, belly to thighs. Inhale, extend. Just keep following your own breath a few more times, bending and extending. Last time. And extend. Let's take the right leg high. Bend the knee here, opening up the hip, and maybe take some big circles with your knee. So circling out the whole leg. Two more circles. And then go in the opposite direction, doing about 3 or 4 circles in the other direction. And when you're ready, bring the knee in toward your chest. You should feel like you're in plank here, shoulders above the wrists, and hold it for a full breath. Inhale. Exhale, and step the foot between the thumb. Releasing your back knee to the floor, coming up to Anjalyasana. This is a deep hip opener, so breathe into it. Don't be in a hurry to jump to the next pose. You can even soften back into a half split and then settle back into your Anjalyasana. Let's do that one more time. It feels good for all of us. Settle or press back into your half split. And when you're ready, forward again, settle into your low lunge. When you're ready, take the arms overhead, interlacing the fingers, let your index fingers extend upwards. Bringing the hands to interlace behind us for just a couple breaths. Heart opener, back bend, hip opener. A lot happening here. Breathe into it. Release. Bring the left hand to the floor on the inside of the right foot, and we're going to twist. Just take a gentle twist, keeping the knee still on the ground. And then let your right knee open to the side. So I'm going to step the foot, I don't know if you can see it, step the foot out a little bit more, and then gently press with my hand the knee out to the side as I turn my chest upward. Bring it back to center, step the foot into the center, and lift the body off the mat, stepping to downward dog. And let's insert a vinyasa, coming forward to plank. With our exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra, press the heart forward. And downward dog. Let's go on to the left side. Left leg comes up. Bend the knee, stack and open the hip. Taking about 3 or 4 circles in one direction. And then reverse. When you're ready, taking that knee in toward the chest, crunch it in and hold it for a full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Step the foot between the thumbs. Back knee releases. Coming to our Anjalyasana here. Again, breathing into the hip opener, the hip flexor, the whole front of our thigh here, getting some stretch. And then flow a couple times. Press back to your half splits, lifting and turning the toes back. And then settle forward into your low lunge. One more time, back. Forward, coming into your Anjalyasana. When you're ready, taking the arms overhead, index fingers point up. Hands interlaced behind us. Keep rolling the shoulders back and shining the heart forward. Release, taking the right hand to the floor, stepping the left foot out a little bit more, make some space. Come onto the blade edge of that left foot, let it open, and even helping with the left hand to press it open. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, release, step the foot back to center, hands ground, back to downward dog. And with your inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Shine the heart forward into cobra or up dog and downward dog. Taking a full breath here. Full exhale. Bend the knees, bring the belly to the thighs, and come onto your tippy toes. If you feel comfortable here, look between the thumbs, hop forward, or you can just walk there. Halfway lift, press the hands into the shins or thighs to lengthen the back of the neck. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms and rise all the way up. Reach back. Hands to heart and Tadasana. Okay, so from here, let's do chair pose, and we're gonna flow chair pose to tree pose. All right, so let's come right into Utkatasana. So there's a 90-degree angle from the ankles to the knees. So you wanna have a nice base there. Hold this as we inhale, exhale. One more full breath. And exhale. On your inhale, doesn't matter which side, bring one leg up, tree pose. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As we exhale, bring it back to chair pose. 2 full breaths. Continue breathing. On your next inhale, tree pose on the other side. We're going to keep the hands at the heart for this round. We're going to do a couple more rounds. One more full breath. Exhale. Chair pose. This time keep the arms up. Tree pose, original side. Right, so we're just switching from side to side. You might not be on the same side as me, so I'm not gonna say right and left, but keep track. One more full breath. Exhale, back to chair pose. Sit a little lower, squeeze the legs together. Lengthen the arms and lengthen the top of your head forward. Tree pose, other side, arms overhead still. One more round, chair pose, sit a little deeper, maybe come onto your tippy toes if you're feeling adventurous. One more breath. Tree pose. If you want to come higher, you can help your foot to come to the inner part of your hip crease, of your thigh crease. One more full breath. Chair pose. You have the opportunity again to come onto your tippy toes. If you choose to do that, your arms should be tired by now. One more full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Tree pose. We finish out this third cycle. Again, put the foot anywhere on the leg. Arms still extended up alongside the ears. One more breath. Both feet down and dive forward as you exhale. Halfway lift. Press the hands into the shins or the thighs. Press the shoulders back. Pause here for a second. Feel like the letter L as you press the hip bones back, shoulders back, top of the head forward. Plant the hands to the ground, stepping back to plank and right away lowering down, chaturanga. Up dog. Back to downward dog. Full breath out. Another full breath in and out. One last full breath in and breath out. Same thing, pressing onto the tippy toes, belly to thigh, hop or step forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise, arms overhead. Back to the heart and Tadasana. So take a moment here in Tadasana to really feel the earth. Just feel grounded through the feet because we're doing some more strength and balance. So really get connected to your energy and your breath. Okay, we're going to start with the right knee. Bring the right knee up and cup the kneecap, flexing the foot. You have two options here. You can just freely extend the leg forward, or if you wanted to use your strap or props or just your hand, you can extend forward. Again, this might not look the same for everybody. It might be half bent. What I don't want you to do is grab your thigh, okay? If you're having an issue extending through the leg, then just keep the knee bent and stay straight up. We're gonna do this a few times. So take a full breath here. On our exhale, we transition to warrior three. Take that leg, slowly extend it backward. Let your heart become level with your hips and your back leg. When you're ready, come back to where we started, knee up. You can hold it or you can just free flow here without even holding the knee. You have a lot of options. Either extend freely or extend with a bind. Hold it for a full breath. Exhale. Slowly transition back to warrior three. Keep energy through that leg, even through the tiny pinky toe. Keeping the hips level, right hip stays down in line with the left hip. When you're ready, rise up, bring the knee with you. This is our last time. Either free standing or cupping the knee, full breath. Exhale, either extend freely or with a bind. One more breath. With your exhale, start to transition, kick back, warrior three. Now if you feel pretty balanced here, maybe the arms come out to the side. Maybe the arms come forward. We're gonna step that right leg as far back, wherever your leg lands, and come up. You're pretty much in a warrior one here. Hold this for a second. And then exhale, open warrior two. Hips are opening. Now we want to bring some cardio elements and some core strength. So let's start with a cardio element. On an inhale, we lift and straighten the front leg. On an exhale, come back down to downward dog, to warrior two. Keep flowing with your own breath. Two more. Last one. All right, now we're facing toward the front leg, and we're going to use our core to twist. So reaching one arm forward and twist. And just move with your own breath. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look like anything in particular. Just breathe and move. Using your obliques here. As you move intentionally, not necessarily fast, you can go fast, but just move with intention. The legs remain the same, it's just the upper body twists from the waist. A couple more times. Just getting comfortable here. Okay, and then slow it down. Take it into a reverse warrior, lean back. And then interlacing the hands behind us, humble warrior. Fold toward the front foot. With your inhale, rise back up, fingertips to the sky. And with your exhale, frame your front leg. And take your time here. Sink into the hips. Take that extra moment to soften toward the ground, and then step it back, downward dog. Pedal out the feet, notice the difference from side to side. Deep breath in, exhale. One more deep breath in, and exhale. Bend the knees, belly to thighs, hop or step. Halfway lift, flat back. Fold. Come all the way up. Reach back with your fingertips. Hands to prayer and Tadasana. Let's take a full grounding breath here. Again, connect to the earth, your energy and your breath. When you're ready, finding that lift in your left knee. So again, anything that works for you. If you want to just free flow here or cup your kneecap. And then choose an extension. Either a bind, or you can just extend into the space in front of you. Full breath, inhale. Exhale, lead with your heel. Press back, warrior three. Take your time, it's in the transitions, keeping the balance and the control. When you're ready, lift back up. Either float the leg or cup. Extend the leg in any way that you can. And when you're ready, slowly transition back, warrior three. Everything is engaged here, even that left pinky toe pressing down toward the floor, left hip leveled with the right hip. One more time, we're almost there. Lift back up, knee comes up, free or cupped. I know that standing leg is working hard. You can do it, stick with it. Extend your leg. This time I'll just float. just for fun. Float it forward and float it back. This is your chance here. Once you settle into warrior three, extend the arms out to the side like an airplane. Maybe take the arms forward, reach your body long. And land with that back foot as far back as you can come into warrior one. Settle into the hips. Inhale to lift. Exhale to open the hips into warrior two. Let's get our cardio flow movement on the inhale. Almost like you want to clap the hands overhead. And on your exhale, lunge. Knee pressing forward. Keep going and follow your own rhythm. You can go faster to build heat or just slow it down if you just want to take it easy. Let's do one more round. All right, settle into your warrior two here. We're gonna twist with the obliques, right? So use your breath and reach. Reach one arm at a time. Again, you can go faster here to build heat. Just move your body. The legs stay the same. It's the upper body that's moving here, but the legs are doing a lot of work here. Strength, holding you up. A little bit faster. Three, two, one. Bring the hands behind us, interlace. And we're gonna fold into humble warrior. On an inhale, rise up, fingertips to the sky. And with your exhale, frame the front foot. Step back to downward dog. Pedal out the legs. On an inhale, shift forward to plank and cycle through your vinyasa as you lower down. We're going to take a break in child's pose. The big toes touch. The knees come out wide and the forehead grounds. Staying on hands and knees. If you need any extra cushion under your knees, find a little blankie or something. And then kick your right foot slightly off the mat, coming into side plank variation. This is a little different than what we did earlier in the beginning of class. We're supported on our knee. We're gonna press that other foot all the way into the floor. Take your top arm to create a long line all the way from one fingertip to the heel. One more breath. Start to float that leg to the height of your hip, keeping the foot flexed, keeping your core engaged. Neck is long, extending through the top of your head. We're going to take it into a bind. So this might feel familiar. We did this at the beginning of class, reaching back for the foot, except we did it laying down. So we're adding a new element here. One more breath. All right, release that. Sit on your heels for just a second. And seated cat-cow as you tilt the pelvis forward and tilt back. You can even close the eyes. Just move the body organically and naturally. Okay. When you're ready, side plank on the other side. Making sure that back foot is slightly off the mat for support. Root through the straight leg and through the foot, and then take your top arm away from you. Let's float that top leg, flexing the foot. Strength